Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this online presentation. We're just about to start. Just let me check the sound before we start. If everything is great.
Yes, and now it's my turn. I think everything is fine.
All right, guys, just final check. Please let us know whether you can hear us well and whether you see our video and presentation. Just give us your feedback in the chat box and we'll start afterwards, right after it. All right, I can see everything is great. Thank you for your feedback and thank you for joining this online presentation. I'm happy to see you all guys over here. And let us start. So I'm pleased to announce the release of Eocortex new version 3.3, which is available to you guys on our official website, which is eocortex.com. You are free to download and to test our latest version and try it with your projects. And today we are going to talk about novelties that are included into this release, the developments, the new features, and the optimization of current functionality of Eocortex. And first of all, I would like to thank you all guys for sharing your feedback on our product and for your experience with our product. Because due to your feedbacks, due to your recommendations, we improve our product constantly. With each and every release of Eocortex, we include new functionalities that were requested by you, our partners, and by your customers. And for those who are new to Eocortex, let me provide you with a brief introduction about our product. So Eocortex is the manufacturer of professional video management software with the added value of intelligent modules, which is software-based product. It is totally scalable product. You can work with Eocortex starting from one camera and scale your system up to unlimited number of cameras. And the experience of Eocortex includes projects from different vertical markets, government projects, such as safe cities, police stations, of course, retail sector, manufacturing facilities, logistics, and many others. Projects from few cameras to dozens of thousands of cameras in a system. Eocortex is market demand-driven manufacturer, and we improve and develop our product according to the market needs. And today we are going to see what developments are included into the release of version 3.3. Today there are two people during this presentation, myself, I'm Pavel, head of international sales of Eocortex, and my colleague Ilya, who is international pre-sale engineer. He will support with technical demonstration and reply to your questions in regards to Eocortex functionality. So please feel free to drop your questions and your feedbacks on what you see today right into the chat box or into the box with questions. We'll be monitoring that, and we'll be happy to provide you with our replies and with descriptions of features that we are going to overview today. So feel free to do that during presentation. We will also take some time afterwards, after we finish with it. We will still stay and provide you with replies. All right, let's move on with the slides. Eocortex version 3.3 includes new developments such as recognition of emotions, which is included into the module of face recognition of Eocortex. We also did integration of analytics that are built into cameras, which is now the demand from the market, and it is requested within several projects that are being carried out right now. As well as we decided to allocate dedicated video analytics server so that you could split the tasks within your video surveillance system and appoint a dedicated server for analyzing data and arranging video analysis with it. As well as we upgraded our feature of failover, and it provides a constant backup right now. We also did certain developments that are related to the platform of Linux. As you know, with previous versions, we introduced Eocortex version that is compatible with Linux. It can work on Linux platform, as well as we transferred intelligent modules. Those are which are able to work with Linux right now. And the last one, which we included right into the version of 3.3 is car number plate recognition or license plate recognition, which is now able to work with Linux. And as well as integrations, such as integration with Paxton access control and some other developments that we will go through during this presentation today. All right, and the first development is related to integration of video analytics that are provided by cameras. Today, the majority of IP cameras are already equipped with built-in intelligent modules, which basically allows to reduce the computing resources required by those analytics. So this way, you're able to reduce the load on your server. And it may happen that there are certain intelligent modules within the cameras that are not yet implemented with Eocortex. Therefore, we decided to go for that integrations and provide you with that flexibility so that you can use Eocortex, connect IP cameras with intelligent modules with built-in analytics, and work with your video surveillance system with Eocortex and intelligent modules from IP cameras. We are starting gradually. For now, we integrated 4 options, and we will be developing this path further on, integrating more and more cameras and modules from those cameras. So for now, we do have integration with Hikvision manufacturer with their module of line crossing. We also integrated car number plate recognition of Hikvision, as well as temperature detection, human body temperature detection of Hikvision, Dahua, and FLIR cameras, as well as intelligent module of Mobitix cameras. Ilya, would you please do a demonstration from your side of how technically can we enable those modules with Eocortex?
Sure. Let me share my screen with you. Give me a moment, please. Please tell me if you could see my screen. Okay, so the settings of the camera analytics is pretty simple. So we just need to have the license for it. By default, it's available only for Ultra, and you need to add it for other licenses like ST, Enterprise, or LS. So after that, you need to enable your camera. You need to enable your camera, and then go to camera analytics, and enable one of these modules that you need. So for some modules like temperature measurement, you can add the option for the temperature, and for other modules, you can just enable them and then change all the settings in the web browser. So all the settings about the camera analytics are pretty easy, so nothing to show here anymore. And that's why let's go forward and take a look on the archive marks. To check that, we need to go to the archive. So here, right now, I enabled 3 cameras. You can see the timeline here. And of course, you can see the marks on the archive. We can enable or disable these marks. We can see the movement intervals, so they have another color, so you can understand where there was motion or where not. And then we can enable the analytics and add some filters, so to get marks only for some alarms or specific analytics. Let's enable all of them. So here we go. All the analytics is available for all the cameras. So we can click on some events to get the archive from that moment. For example, right now I enabled the license plate recognition. So we went to that moment. We can click on another moment.
Sorry, Ilya, for interrupting. I have information here in the chat that the sound is not loud enough. Let us try and fine tune it.
Yep, sure.
Right. Sorry for this technical break. Just give us a few seconds.
What about now?
I think it is louder. Try.
Once again. So what do you think about it now?
All right, it is better now.
Nice. Thanks for the feedback. So it's always great to get a fast reply on that. So once again, I was showing you the marks on the archive. So here we go. Here is the timeline with the marks on it. We can enable or disable these marks. And of course, we can filter these marks for only the specific analytics. Then we can click on this event and go to that specific moment. For example, right here, this is the recognized license plate. And we can click on another moment and find the recognized face. So we can easily select also the step-by-step moving, click on the playback, and we will move between these actions on all the cameras. So this is how you can easily manage all your recordings and faster get the access to the required moment in the archive. So please, Pavel, move on.
All right, let me share my screen. Okay, that was in regards to the viewing mode. Once again, to summarize, now you can see events that are displayed right on the timeline, as well as you can see the movement intervals. You can also filter events, and now there is an option to do step-by-step archive viewing. Now, the next development that is included into the release of version 3.3 is the possibility to appoint a dedicated server for video analysis. Ilya, would you please clarify on this aspect for us?
Sure. So previously we worked with the analytics in the way where all our servers are responsible for recording the cameras and also doing the analytics. That's why if you make a mistake by calculating the required hardware and so on, there was a chance that your server was overloaded with the analytics and you was let's say losing the data because the archiving function was not working properly. Right now, we have another solution. So you have an archiving servers. So they are responsible for recording the archive. And you can add one or more servers that will be responsible for the analytics. So that's why if there was a chance that the server with the analytics is overloaded, you won't lose the recordings. So the analytics will be just disabled for a while before the bug fixing, and all the recordings will be provided from another servers. That's why this will be some kind of function distribution between your servers for the redundancy. So something like that.
All right. And to add about this, so this is an optional possibility. So once again, you would be able to run Eocortex as before, as standard, archiving and analytics on the same server, or you can appoint a separate server for video analysis. So it would be up to you. You would be able to decide which option you are going to use, which option is more convenient for your particular project at the moment. All right, now in regards to the development or upgrade of our failover module, which now is able to do the constant backup of your recordings. And this feature is also optional, so you would be able to use Eocortex failover as previously, as well as you would be able to use it for constant backups. For that, you would need failover license as usual, which you can add to your LS, ST license type or enterprise, and which is already included as a default in ultra license type. Ilya, could you please clarify on how does this feature work?
Sure. There was a demand on that function because some of our clients are very focused on the security and they need to duplicate all the archive. That's why we prepared a solution for them, so we can configure some servers to manage the constant backup. So all your recordings will be duplicated on one server and also on the constant backup server. And in some needs, you can also enable the, let's say, old backup function. It will be working as usual. So if there was any connection losses, then your camera will be sending the video stream to another backup server. And by default, it will be also duplicating on a dedicated server, so responsible for the constant backup. About the calculating, of course, this will require more bandwidth because all the data will be duplicated, and also you need to prepare more more storage for all the recordings. About the cameras, most of the new cameras, they can provide several video streams, so that won't be a problem to add another connection for the constant backup server, but it may be a problem for the old cameras and old NVR DVRs. So that's why I recommend you to test it first. That's all from my side.
All right, great. So we shall move to the next development. And this development corresponds to the changes in the views panel. and the user friendliness of client application. I think we can switch to live demonstration right now, and Ilya will show what were the changes to the panel of views.
So yes, to show you the views, we need to open the client. And here in this menu, let's go to the views option. Here now it's much more easy to create new views and to manage the existing views. So here we have a list of available views, and if we need to add a new view, we just select one of these system of cells. We select them, move the cameras, and add them on the screen that we want to control and monitor. And after that, we just can start watching this view. It's already applied after we enable it. So it's much more easy and much faster for the operator to find required view to control all the cameras that he needs. Pavel?
Thank you, Ilya. All right. The next development corresponds to optimization of the traffic between the servers in multi-server structure of Eocortex. Those developments were carried out in order to avoid any issues that could occur during unstable internet connection.
Sorry, Pavel, but what about the presentation?
It is over here.
Oh, nice.
All right. Ilya, would you please clarify on what are the situations or tasks when this development might be useful?
Why not? So there are some situations when our clients are using. Pavel, please disable your mic.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, there are some situations when our clients are using the unstable or very expensive network providers. For example, if they use cellular network or also the satellite connection. For that situations, sometimes we don't need to send the video data, but we need to share and receive the metadata between the servers. And that's why we enable this new feature for them. So we reduced the background traffic. We reduced the frequency of the synchronization between the servers, and also the intervals between the client and the server were reduced from 10 seconds to so the intervals were not reduced but enlarged from 2 to 10 seconds, and also the time for the synchronization from 5 seconds to 1 minute. So that was a huge economy of the traffic that was requested by our clients.
All right, thank you, Ilya. Moving to the next set of developments which are related to the Gdpr compliance. Mainly, these developments were carried out according to requests in projects that we work with our partners in the Netherlands and Germany, where video surveillance systems have to be compliant with GDPR regulations. Basically, possibility to be able to protect your recordings, such as when doing the archive, to protect it with a password, put on the watermark, as well as provide or restrict access to certain information and functionalities within the system for operators. For instance, to provide or not to provide the access to information in regards to global positioning of persons or of vehicles, as well as to personal data of people who are captured by your cameras within your recordings. So Ilya would be able to provide you with demonstration on developments related to GDPR. Just give me a second. I'll switch the screen to you back. Right.
So it's my turn. To enable these options, so we need to export the archive. So let's select the camera. Here we select export archive. And after that, we need to select the time required for the export. Then, if we need, we insert a watermark. For example, this one. And also we can use the encoding. So we enable it and then we add our password. Let's say this one. I think these recordings will be very secured. Then we start an export, select a folder. Everything is Russian, so that's why it's secured. And after that, we wait for a second. It's ready. We can open this folder. And when we open this file, it's asking for a password. So for example, let's insert a wrong password. Here is an alarm, then a right one. And we have the recording, and also we have a watermark in this corner. So it's in the right here. So so after that, all your exported videos will be secured, and also a watermark will be added on the screen as well. Pavel?
All right, thank you. Ilya, now in regards to other changes within the GDPR, the rights, managing camera cells, access to face and camera plate recognition database, as well as for using the GIS maps, and acknowledgement of alarms without obligatory comments by operators.
Sure, thanks for the reminding on that. Please, once again, disable your mic. Much better. And now, yes, about the user rights. Right now, we have more options for the user rights. So if you select one of the groups of users, here we can enable or disable such options like blurring, which is a new function for the GDPR, and also much more functions like maps, views, and so on. So you can also now disable and enable it for the users. Then, speaking about the GDPR and the blurring function. Now you can use this function, and to enable it, first of all, you need to find a camera that you want to use for it. So for example, let's use facial recognition camera. Here we go to Analytics and enable this frame area blurring. So we can enable it and also select an area that we want to blur. After that, in the client, we will see that this area is blurred. So we can start the playback, and you can see here that we can't recognize a face. So let's once again enable the marks. So let's go to that moment where the face was recognized, and we don't see any video because the blurring is working properly. Then after that, another function that we have that's more about the analytics, that's the emotion recognition. So to check it, let's open one of the modules that have this option. These modules are facial recognition and unique visitor counting. So let's open the reports.
All right, while loading, let me also insert a couple of words here. So the module of emotion recognition is now part of face recognition module and the module of unique visitor counting. So it is there as a default. Whenever you get Eocortex with camera license and face recognition module, or the module of unique visitor counting, you'll get the functionality of emotion recognition as well. Once again, it allows you to understand emotions of, for example, your customers within the shop, or within the bank, or with any other facility, to analyze the mood of your visitors and plan certain actions in regards to that. So as Ilya is showing right now, you would be able to get this information clearly in the reports. Everything is displayed there. And once again, it is part of the module of face recognition or unique visitor counting. So you would not need a separate license for it. Ilya?
So yes, here you can see how we can get this metadata in the facial recognition. So right here we can see the status of emotions for each person, and of course we can configure some automatic actions, like if the emotions are not really great, and besides this person was from the blacklist, for example, there will be a trigger and a message sent to the security guard to do some actions on this person, because there is a risk that he is planning to do something really bad. Another option is for the marketing. So that's for the unique visitor counting. So let's build a report for this module. Of course, we can filter this report and exclude some of these emotions. So, for example, to get the statistics only for the negative emotions or only for positive, to get it more informative for some exact situations. So the report is pretty old, so nothing changed. But if we go here, we see another graphics for the emotions. As we can see here, most of our clients are negative, but that's fine because we live in Russia and we don't like smiling and so on. So that's quite fine, but still we get this information, and if we need, we can do some conclusions and improve something about the customer service and so on. So you can use these metadata as you want. So, Pavel?
All right, thank you, Ilya. I think that is it in regards to the module of emotion recognition. You're always free to try it out or to consider it for your projects. Just share your technical tasks with us, and we'll be happy to provide you with personalized support and advice on how to use Eocortex in particular cases. As well as, once again, you are always free to try it out. Just request for a trial license, 30-day license. We are happy to provide you with it and with instructions on how to carry out the tests and support you during this process. And Going back to the presentation, the next development is for Linux platform, where we included the module of car number plate recognition. So now Eocortex version on Linux includes all the intelligent modules by Eocortex. The last one, as I mentioned before, was car number plate recognition. Now it is there from version 3.3. It is also included, and you are free to use this platform with full functionality of our product. All right, what other developments or integrations are included into version 3.3? And we've decided to move forward with integrations of access control systems. And the one that falls into this release is Paxton Net 2. This access control is integrated with Eocortex right now, and you are also free to use it in combination with our product to get the events from this access control system, as well as schedule or as well as set different types of automations upon these events that you receive from Paxton to Eocortex. Ilya, do you have information to add here about this integration?
I think that not a lot of points, but yes, we integrated Paxton, and now we can get the events from Paxton from different sources of it, and configure automatic actions on them in Eocortex. So we can see the list of events and configure some actions if any of these events were received. I think that's all of that.
All right, thank you, Ilya. And once again, please feel free to share your requirements, your own requirements. For sure, you use other third-party systems other than Paxton. Paxton is not the only access control system in the world, right? So feel free to share with us your technical tasks, how you implement projects with which access control systems, and where Eocortex could be useful for your customers, and we can consider integration of those systems as well. All right, so now let's talk about some other improvements or developments that were included in version 3.3. I will pass this to Ilya for now, and I will go into the chat, into the box with questions to check your feedbacks over there. And once we are done with this slide, we will be providing replies to your questions. So if you still have any, please feel free to drop more, and we will focus on questions afterwards.
So yeah, there are some, let's say, minor updates about the product. So one of them is about the facial recognition complete. So in the past, there were some, let's say, not very useful options when you needed to add a new face in the database. So this point was updated, and now it's much more easy for some situations when your photo is too large or too small. Then we worked on the RTSP server, and now it supports not only H.264 to send the video stream from the Eocortex server, but also right now it works with the H.265 as well. Then we worked on the views and worked with the people counting in the queue module. So the accuracy of this module is now higher, and which is very great for the retail customers. Then we worked with our calculator. It's now updated and working with the new analytics as well. And we tested much more hardware. And now such GPUs like NVIDIA RTX 3000 are already available as well. So about the floating licensing, so we updated it as well. And for some situations when the connection isn't really stable, there were problems that the connection with the licensing server was lost, and that's why all the other servers were stopped working. So right now the interval from the connection loss to the stop of the working was raised from 10 minutes to 4 hours. So that's quite important for most of our clients to get their systems more stable. So, yep, I think that's all about the features that I wanted to tell you. That's why I suggest you, Pavel, to focus on the questions and discuss them in real time. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's move on to the questions. Guys, we will answer every single question. So you're free to stay over here. Do not rush to leave this presentation, and you're free to give us more questions, more feedbacks. Because due to your feedbacks, we as far as you saw today, we included certain developments that were based on project requirements and requests from our partners. Feel free to share your opinions. And the first question I have over here is from Marco Monopoly. That's in regards to integration of analytics from Bosch cameras and Dahua cameras, as far as I understand. Once again, those integrations that were carried out in version 3.3, basically these are the first steps towards integrating analytics from cameras. And right now we are considering integration of Bosch as well. So Marco, if you would like to send us your vision on what exactly you would like to have from Bosch, what kind of analytics, provide us with a certain description. We are happy to take a look at that and to evaluate the task for ourselves. So Bosch, yes, it will be on the focus. Dahua, most probably later on it could be as well. It can be faster and dedicated if we have the demand from your customers. If there is a project where it is a must, it is a requirement, let us know, give us the technical task, and we'll be happy to do that.
So another question is about the viewing the events from the camera. So as before, you can use the event journal where you see the list of events. And the new one, as I showed you, this is the events on the timeline.
Yeah, I suppose there was a bit of mix-up during that part of demo. So the timeline was a separate developed function. So that was a separate set of improvements that we showed. And prior to that, we were talking about integration of analytics from cameras. So Ilya is totally correct. You would get notifications in your event log or journal, and also arrange automatization with it, right?
Yes, exactly. I see a huge question about the integration of MQTT, ANPR from Hikvision and so on. But I think that it would be better to discuss this big one with your manager. He can connect the support team or maybe the pre-sale engineer. So it would be better to discuss there.
Sure. So just send your question to your account manager, or we would contact you after this webinar if we have your contact details to clarify on this question, because it is more, let's say, dedicated, personalized. Though still, we would be happy to provide you with that support and with the reply.
So then to the question section. So about the API and SDK to insert the plate. So you can check the API SDK documentation which is available on our website. So it's better to check it first and then contact our support team if something is not clear for you. So about the video analytics for Axis, Pavel already told that this is just a beginning, and right now we started with these brands, and then we will go forward and add other brands like Bosch and Axis.
Yeah, so project requirements, project potential, as well as technical description of the task, what you would like to have from Axis, what kind of analytics. So this all would help. So please share your vision, share the details, and then we are happy to move forward with that.
Then can we find a plate number recognized by a camera? So yeah, for example, in reports, you can just insert your license plate and find the moment when this place was recognized. Then for the separate servers, the metadata is moved to video analytics server. Yes, so the video stream will be received to the let's say recording server, and it will be also sent to the analytics server to analyze it, get the metadata, and send it to the servers that we need to. So that's why, first of all, the recordings will be received by the main recording server.
Ilya, let's combine it with another question in regards to Linux server. So is it also possible to dedicate analytics server with Linux platform?
Yes, it's not limited about the Windows. So now all our analytics is available for both operation systems. So that's why, yes, you can also use the Linux as well.
All right, great. There's also a question in regards to recording synchronization with camera SD card data. I think we would need more clarity on this question, but if I understand it correctly, so if your camera does record on its own SD card, you can always synchronize it with the Eocortex server. So you can get that recordings from SD card into the Eocortex server. So this works perfectly fine.
Yep, that's true. That's a pretty old function and it's working properly. Then do you have any API of this report? I want to connect this report to another software by real time. So right now we have only the possibility to create reports from the client, so Eocortex client, where you can create, for example, a scheduled action to send the report via email or to save it on the just server's drive. And also you can receive some metadata via API. So once again, I recommend to check their documentation first because it's really informative and useful. And after that, if you still have some questions, so we will appreciate them and help you.
Thank you for your attention, guys. I see still all of you are with us. It is great to see that. So we're moving forward with questions. Feel free to stay longer. In regards to face blurring, do we have it so far, Ilya? So, or it is blurring of certain areas for now in our function of GDPR compliance?
Yes, right now it's working as a blurring of a selected area. So we can configure several areas and blur them if we need that.
All right. As far as I remember, we also had a prototype version, which was blurring moving objects in general, not specifically face, but moving objects. Whether it's moving, you can get it blurred. And if there is a requirement of blurring faces specifically within your task, within your project, or requirements from your customer. So Alexandros, please feel free to share with us what exactly is needed, what exactly has to be done, and whether you have any deadlines in regards to that. Let us consider possibility of doing further developments of this module.
Another question is about the virtual machines, like Azure virtual machines for using Eocortex. So in the past, we tested using that on, for example, Amazon servers, and it was working properly. So in general, it has to work on any other virtual machines. So that's this opportunity is not limited, so you could test that.
Okay, next question is in regards to watermark and password access for the exported videos, exported recordings. The question is from Min. He's asking whether we need a separate license or whether it has to be separately purchased. No, this feature is part of standard functionality within Eocortex. There is no separate position in the price list for it. So it is there, it is included. There's also a question about Knox integration from William van den Bos. We have not integrated Knox on ourselves by ourselves, but our partner in the Netherlands and in Denmark, which is Aras Security, who have this kind of product, they did integration on their side. So and confirmed that Eocortex works with Knox in regards to how it works exactly and what is the functionality. We can clarify it later on. For now, I don't possess that information, but William, we can check it out, and we will get in touch with you after the presentation and clarify on this integration. And the next question is from Abhay Ranyan in regards to integration of Tyco software house access control. We do not have that integration for now. Once again, we can consider it if we have a technical task and description in regards to what kind of functionality you would like to have exactly with this system, and the the requirements. Where is it from? Whether it's a project, whether we have any deadlines with that project to understand our possibilities. Also a question about version 3.3, where it can be downloaded from. The URL, you are free to download it from our official website, which is eocortex.com. There is a technical section where you can find the installation packages. You will have there an option to download 3.3. You will also have an access to previous versions, which is 3.2, for example, which you can download freely from our website, install it on your server, and request from us for a trial license, like a 30-day license, for example. We can provide you with full feature product, limited with 30 days for your own tests and investigation.
Another question, do you have any tool different on your website for server configuration? So if you speak about the app, then no, it's only the configurator. But as we told before, there are some SDK API solutions, so you can check the documentation and see the possibilities. Then, do we need a specific license plate format for the system to recognize? So we have a lot of regions supported by Eocortex and the license plate types. If you need, you can get the trial license and test it on your site with your license plates. Then may I have three type of server: main server, analytics server, and recording server. So the main server may be one of the analytic or recording servers. So that's why it's won't be a separate server. For example, you have several recording servers and one analytic server. You may set one of these servers as a main one, and you don't need to have a separate main server.
All right, and moreover, you can also connect to your system with as many servers as you wish, like recording servers or analytics servers from a remote PC client station, and manage them all from one application from anywhere in the world, with client application, with mobile application, or with web application.
About the camera support and compatibility list, you can see the list of supported cameras on our website. But if you need to have deeper info, for example, what functionality is available for each camera, it's better to contact your account manager for these tasks, and he will provide you with this info.
Okay, the next one is in regards to people counting module, and the question is in regards to accuracy. What is the percentage, the accuracy percentage of Eocortex people counting? To clarify on that, I would like to add the following: that accuracy really depends on environment, on how you install the camera. So it should be installed strictly overhead, like above the entrance, for example, or exit point. Then the light conditions must be obeyed. Detailed information on how to install the camera, what should be the conditions for perfect people counting. We have that in our technical documentation, which you can find on the website or request from your manager. Then when all the conditions are obeyed, the accuracy percentage due to, according to my knowledge, is around 92%. Ilya, do you have exact information on that?
It's depending on the Mike, yes. It's depending on the installation, on the video quality, but some of our customers were reaching the accuracy higher than 80% with the just regular people counting module. So it's up to you. We always can support you with the configuring the module and giving recommendations about the installation if you contact our support team. So yeah, this module can be really configured well to get the higher accuracy up to 80, or in some situations 90%.
Thank you, Ilya. There also was a question in regards to compatibility of Eocortex models, of DAHO cameras and NVRs. You can find that information on our website in the section of supported devices. You will have the detailed list of camera manufacturers, the brands and the models of cameras, as well as NVRs, DVRs, input-output devices, which we integrated by Eocortex. Apart from the general integration process, Eocortex works with Uniview protocol, RTSP, and all other open protocols. So virtually you can get video from any IP camera that you can find in the market without a restriction. Though if there is an issue, we are ready to integrate it manually by ourselves as well.
Another question about the license plate recognition module. So the maximum time for the system can resolve the task like number or plate recognize. So it depends on the settings of the module and the server hardware, but we can work with such situations when the speed of vehicles is about 100 kilometers per hour. So in these situations, this module can still recognize their license plate. So the time required for the recognition is pretty small.
Right. The question in regards to edge analytics from cameras, which are supported. So we went through 4 modules today that fall into release of 3.3, which is Hikvision tracking module, Hikvision LPR, then Hikvision FLIR temperature detection, human body temperature detection, and Mobitics. Thermal detection. So these are the ones that we do have for now. We don't have integrations with any other edge analytics, though as I advised before, we are ready to consider, and one of them could be Bosch. In regards to the licensing, yes, to enable edge analytics, you need a separate license, same as Eocortex is licensed per camera channel. So you would need a camera license for analytics. So VMS license like LS, ST, Enterprise, or Ultra, and then you would need a license for analytics from camera. Though with Ultra, it is already included, it is already there. You don't have to request for license for analytics from camera, and you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to buy it. All you need to do is buy Ultra license.
Another question about search a person, suspect person in the archive and get a notification when this person come again. So this can be done, but only for some specific modules. For example, facial recognition. So we need to add this person to the database and configure a notification for him. So it's not implemented for the suspect search module, for example, because there is a chance to trigger on a different person in the same clothes and so on. So that's why it's can be done, but only for the facial recognition, or maybe if you have a number plate, then for the license plate recognition module.
Okay, Mateusz is asking whether it is possible to enable disable IVS, which is cross-line, with Hikvision camera in live mode in Eocortex client. As far as I'm informed, no, you won't be able to manage the settings because you can do those settings within the camera, and with the Eocortex, you can enable receiving notifications from those intelligent modules. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Ilya.
No, you're right, absolutely right. So it's working this way.
All right, and
your mic is still
okay. And Kevin is asking whether we have an Android viewing client application. Of course, we do. Android, iOS. You can connect with mobile application to your Eocortex server and get access to your video streams live, as well as recordings, as well as do automation within your system, like set scenarios and get alerts on that.
Yeah, you can receive the notifications and also do some control. So, for example, act some or do something from your mobile application. So yes, it's working too.
Moreover, Kevin, from previous version of Eocortex, we have the voice assistant, which also allows you to work with your system through your mobile device. You can communicate with your Eocortex server by voice. You can execute commands by voice or by tapping the buttons, the functions on the screen, or by just typing in certain commands where you can bring up the live cameras on your screen, or open up a recorded image, a screenshot from certain camera, as well as even enroll profiles into the database of faces right from your mobile phone and from your mobile camera. Assign groups, assign actions, whether this or that person was recognized by your system. The question from Yaya in regards to license plate format, whether we need a specific license plate format for system to recognize license plates. Usually, yes. Each country have their own standardized license plate formats, which are enrolled into Eocortex product. So in this case, whenever you select a country within which you are doing recognition of license plates, Eocortex would expect to get standardized license plate formats.
About the database which is used in Eocortex, it's not SQL, it's a free Firebot system. We work with this database software for more than 10 years, so we have quite experienced with that, and it's working properly.
There's a question from Michael, and I will address this to you, Ilya. He would like to get some kind of comparison of performance of Eocortex version 3.3 on Linux versus Windows machines.
As far as I know, when I speak with our R&D department, they say that their comparison showed that the computing power between these two versions are pretty equal. So it doesn't matter if you use Linux or Windows server.
Right. Next question is from Viral in regards to integration of new access control system. Can we provide information whether we need any specific information on protocols with which this kind of system must be compatible, so that we could do integration? And he says, let's say it doesn't have any SDK available. What kind of information might we require? What kind of standard protocols should it support?
So for these integrations, we need to understand what do we need to integrate. So for example, event sending, the video stream, or some controls. And for that situation, it would be more informative to understand which protocols will be used for that and how can you or we can do the integration for the project.
Yeah, or basically how our development department says this device or system should be at least IP. Then we can manage it. The next question from Michael in regards to Azure virtual machines, whether it's officially supported.
I already answered.
Okay, great. We already answered.
So many questions.
The question in regards to cloud option. So please, in regards to cloud, there is a possibility to test it. There is a possibility to test it with intelligent modules already. So please feel free to send your request to your account manager. Then we will connect dedicated pre-sale engineer who will provide you with instructions and support you to test the cloud option of Eocortex.
Another question about the comparison between Windows and Linux. So as I said, there is no, let's say, higher efficiency of working in each operation system. That's why we don't give recommendations right now. It's up to you. If you want to use the Linux, it's available. If you want to use Windows, it's also available. About the Uniview Analytics, as I said, it can be done. And if you have a project with the Uniview cameras and the specific analytics that you want to integrate, we can discuss that regarding the project and development for it, and discuss if it's possible to add it in the future to the release version.
Okay, the question from Mr. Shrestha in regards to integration of licensed car number plates in Nepal. This kind of task should be shared with your account manager, and then he can provide you with an evaluation of time frames, how long it might take. Question from Ibrahim Sami. Does the program not support a large number of cameras? Eocortex is totally scalable solution. We do not have limitation towards number of servers or cameras connected within a system. Specifically, if that is, if those are the licenses like Ultra or Enterprise or ST, there is no any software limitation on how many cameras you would like to connect to your system or server.
There is another question about counting systems, but pretty tricky thing, counting animals like pigs and chicken. And right now we don't have such module. I think it could be done, but only as a project development.
Okay, next question from Koa Pham. Whether all the features that were presented today are available to existing Ultra license holders. Yes, those functionalities that do not require additional licensing and are included into Ultra license, they will be available to those who already have Ultra in their systems, in their projects. So all you need to do is just download the latest version of Eocortex from our website, update your existing video surveillance system, and that's it. You will get access to all the above new functionality. But once again, apart from video analytics server, as it is licensed separately, so Eocortex video analytics server would require a separate license for it. Next question from Kevin. Do you have advanced motion detection? For example, human or vehicle? I know Hikvision is deep in mind. Not specifically motion detection, but we do have that in module of search, right? Which you can differentiate by.
And
also for the tracking module, you can configure their motion in a specific area only for vehicles or only for human and also animals, as far as I remember.
Right. So intelligent modules like whether someone crossed the line or entered the perimeter, which was zoned out, and then you can differentiate whether it was done by a person, by a human, or whether that was done by an animal or by a vehicle. So yes, we do have that within the intelligent modules of Eocortex. Details regarding compatible models of DAFO cameras and NVRs. Once again, it is available on our website in the section of supported devices. You can check the exact models of cameras and NVRs there. Or you can send a question to your account manager, and he would check these exact models that are of your interest and what exact functionalities are integrated of those devices. Michael Schultz is asking a question. Can I change the subject line in version 3.3 in automatic mail dispatch?
Some options, yes, you can configure it for the automatic mail dispatch. So it can be done in the automation section in the configurator.
All right, guys, I think we did our best to reply to all of the questions, at least which we noticed, which we could see in both dialogues, in the chat box and in the box with questions. I made sure that I went through all the chat, and yeah, went through all the question list. So I think we are good for now. Thank you so much for attending this event. It was great to see you all here, and it was great to see specifically that you stay so long with us. And we were happy to provide you with answers to your questions. So we will see you next time during our next online meetings, online sessions, whether it would be the release of next version, or we will do some intermediary webinars dedicated to solutions or certain features, certain modules of Eocortex. By the way, give us an advice, give us your opinions, what you would like to see next, probably before the release of 3.4. If there is anything that you would like us to clear about, to do the demonstration, or certain training on specific functionality of Eocortex, please feel free to share your opinions about that. We will be happy to make some extra sessions to gather you on our platform and provide you with useful information about Eocortex. So thanks once again for attending. Thank you for sharing your feedbacks, and have a great day. See you next time.
Bye, guys.